Yo, Pops Van Zant here. The Madness Comic Network is evolving into the Madness Roku Network. We're taking our stuff to Roku. We're joining great channels like the American Horrors channel. We're taking our stuff over there, guys. We love it over there. You're going to love what we bring you. We got some great shows, all kinds of different stuff. Come join the madness, yo. Madness Roku Network right here. Peace.
What is Path of the Pale Rider anyway? Is it a comic book? No, that's not it. Is it this? What the heck is Path of the Pale Rider, man? There's no way this is right. How about this?
I have no idea.
We're gonna rob a bank.
Oh, it's this.
Fairview's coffee has mysteriously gone missing. Mayhem ensues when strange, coffee-craving zombies plague the city. Detective Mickey Potatoes, an overworked public servant, uncovers why ordinary citizens are losing their minds and how to stop the coffee apocalypse. But it involves the mafia. And when you're dealing with mafia crime families, nothing is ever easy. The mafia controls everything in the city, including the police, including him. If he breaks the mafia, they will break him. So, the city is without coffee. The city is burning before his very eyes, but he's powerless. Detective Potatoes has the power to stop the coffee apocalypse, but if he does, he could lose everything.
Alright, boys and girls, this is Ron from Romo Art, also from Sector 7. Alright, take 2. Nope. Hello.
Greetings.
How are you, buddy?
I am well. And how are you doing today?
Oh, this is the AI Rich. This is richness 2.0.
No, this is Commodore 64 Rich.
Commodore 64 Rich.
This is Atari 2600 Rich. Beady, 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 beady.
What do you got going on there, buddy?
Well, I at my job, we have a new colleague. His name is Pete, and he absolutely loves Doctor Who. Like loves Doctor Who. I mean, he's British. You know, I mean, I have to accept that about British people, that they love Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You know, so since I like ragging on people, especially this gentleman, because he's a friend of mine, I have decided to draw a picture of 7 of 9 from Voyager in all of her incredibly busty splendor.
I actually know who that is.
Dalek,
okay.
Stepping on the Dalek right over here and opening his head and dumping the garbage into the Dalek like he's a trash compactor. And she's just going to say, I am Borg. And that's it.
Okay, Rich, I forgive you. You can stay. You're drawing 7 of 9.
I am drawing 7 of 9. Yes.
Nice.
Yes. I am Borg.
So for those of you who are watching that don't know, this is the richness. This is Rich, and he is he's an art teacher in the UK. So he's
I am an art teacher in the UK.
He's over the ocean and out of his mind, which we'll all
my mind, which is very true.
We'll all get to enjoy a little bit of. So I've known you for a little bit, buddy, and I actually don't know. You know, we tend to talk about mostly nonsense and mostly just kind of trash talk. So I don't actually know much about your actual illustrious career. I wanted to know. You know,
nothing on my career.
I'm sure you've done a few things, right? Some legal, some illegal.
Mostly illegal.
Mostly illegal. Okay. Now you've worked for Marvel or DC before?
Both.
You worked for both. What was the time period?
Both. I started in the mid '90s at Marvel, finished up there in the mid 2000s, and then started at DC Comics in 2000 from 2010 to 2012.
All right. So how did you get to Marvel? What was that like? Were you a convention kid, or did you like send in samples? Like, what did you do?
I was studying advertising design over at New York City College of Technology, which is located on J Street in Brooklyn. And,
I forgot you were in the area. Okay, you lived like
I was in the area.
Okay, I forgot about that. All right.
That I was drawing some stupid superhero crapola or something. I was in my early 20s, and the head of the advertising design department called me into his office, and he goes, Rich, I've been looking at some of your stuff. Would you like an internship at Marvel Comics? And I said, no. And he's like, why not? And I go, well, because I'm too old for that shit. You know, I'm all of 22 years old and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm too mature for that. You know,
at 22, you're better than Marvel. Back in the day when they were good.
A serious girlfriend who went to Manhattan College because it was a really high prestigious level type of university.
I told you guys he's out of his fucking mind.
I am out of my mind.
That's amazing. So you said no, I'm too old for that shit at 22.
I'm too old for that shit. And that was fun. So anyway, he goes,
they didn't think so.
No, they didn't think so at all. So he goes, so my grade advisor goes, well, you kind of needed to graduate. And I go, oh, all right. So
you're not asking. You're telling me I'm going to Marvel.
Yeah, you have to work at Marvel, kid. And I'm like, oh man, twist my arm.
So this is I'm a bit jealous at this point. Because why? Because you're being forced to go work at most people. Now this is again not now, but back in the 90s. Come on, you're being forced to work at most of our dream job, and you're like, fine, go, God.
Well, I'll tell you what. As soon
Unreal.
as I got there, I was blown away. I was a kid again, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, I love this.
What a feeling.
Oh, it was amazing. And then I was offered, you're gonna love this one. I was they said, well, what are you interested in? And I'm like, well, I was told to come in for an internship. And the person who gave me that position, she goes, well, why don't you would you like to be an intern for the X-Men? And I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, fuck you. Are you serious?
I was an intern
Oh
for
my
the X-Men.
God.
I was an intern for the X-Men offices.
There was no like
X-Men
casting
editorial
couch
office.
stuff, was there?
Oh, I was definitely, well, not that kind of casting couch.
You didn't get Weinstein, did you?
No.
Hey kid.
No.
You
No.
got me on the X-Men.
No.
I got what you
That was
need.
it's amazing. I mean, during the time I was working in Marvel, I never got any play. But after I finished working in Marvel, I got, I was like ladies man and shit. But anyway, what happened was that I was an intern for about 2 months, and my internship finished, and I was like, you have any job openings? And they had one for the art corrections department, which is affectionately known as Romita's Raiders. As in, John Romita Sr. was an art director over there, and he was in charge of all the he was in charge of the art corrections department. Like, if any art came in and it was really, really bad, he would be the one to fix it. But what happened at this point was they had a staff of people working there on a temporary basis as a lead-in for a permanent position over at Marvel. And they were the art corrections department, but they were affectionately known as Romita's Raiders. So,
Rich, I never knew that existed. That's amazing. I didn't know any of that.
Definitely a good deal of artists that you may or may not know from the 80s and the 90s who worked predominantly at Marvel worked there, and they got their start there. Keith Williams.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. Keith Williams, Bud LaRosa, a whole bunch of other people. And what happened was that I applied for the job, and I had to produce a portfolio. Now, I thought my portfolio was really good, and it turned out it was absolute shit.
Well, you were 22. I mean, you must have had everything down at that point, right?
Well, no.
The ripened age of 22.
I was not great. I was not. I thought I was good. I was told I was good. All that
so
shit.
I, buddy.
Like, you're a great artist, and I'm like, oh, thank you. Turns out I was not. So anyway,
I was not either.
So what happened was like, okay, this is what you need to do to improve your work. So, and he gave, and the art director there, Steve Geiger, John Romita Sr.'s assistant. What did he do? He said, I want you to fix all of these elements and then come back to me next week. So I did. And he was like, you know what? Out of all the people that I've known, that I've interviewed, you're the only person who didn't bitch and moan about changing anything about your work. And I was like, well, I want this job, man. If I suck, I suck. He's like, well, you don't suck, but you definitely need refinement. So he goes, change this and this and this and this and this. Come back in 3 days. So I did. And he goes, okay, change all of these things that I'm telling you to change now, but do it by tomorrow. And I did. I didn't sleep that night. So I just finished it up.
Yeah, it was a hazing. He was testing you, obviously.
Yeah, he sure as hell was.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was on a Friday that he let me know. It was on Friday. He goes, okay, I looked at your work. I'll call you. I'm like, all right. So anyway, he calls.
All right, I guess.
I'm like, oh, well, all right, great. So anyway, he calls and he goes, but yeah, you got the job. Start next week. Yeah. I got a job with Marvel Comics. And then you're going to love this one. One of the things that I needed to do was draw a couple of things where it came to correcting some art. And I came across an issue that I had, and I honestly wasn't able to figure it out. So,
hey, John at Longbox here, everybody.
Hey, John Longbox. Anyway,
good guy, really good guy.
I was summoned to an office, and it turns out I went into John Romita Sr.'s office. where he had the biggest drafting table, and it looked like heaven shined from it. You know. So anyway,
there are just beams of light coming off of it.
I'll tell you something. John Romita Sr., when he was alive, way back then, this man asked me to sit next to him at his drafting table.
Oh man.
And he was teaching me how to draw a human head in perspective. And I'm like, this is the man who drew Spider-Man for close to 20 years. He is an absolute legend. He's taking time to speak with me.
Unreal, dude. Unreal.
I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. And I was just, wow. I was like, God damn, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And I did. And I worked there for about a year and a half on staff. And then afterwards, I was hired more as an inker than a penciler. My penciling was not terrible, but it wasn't great. But my inking was fantastic.
Really?
So,
you got that steady hand?
Oh, yeah, I definitely do. And so what happened was that I kept on getting work as an inker. And I inked on just about every title you can imagine, with the exception of Fantastic Four, Doctor Strange, and the Punisher. And every other title I had my hand in something, one way or the other. And
okay,
it was great.
So a couple inking questions. Who was your favorite person to ink and why?
Favorite penciler to ink? Oh shit. That's a good question. I don't know if I really had one.
You didn't have one that you were like, it just kind of matched your personality. It was like no effort to ink that person.
Some of the inkers, some of the pencilers that I worked over that were terrible were the best pencilers that I worked with, because I had to figure things out as an artist. Now, you see, inking is an art style. It's an art discipline in and of itself.
Yep.
However, it's a lot of times, there's a lot of times where it's very difficult to have a little bit of artistic expression with stuff like that. So some of the pencilers that I worked with who were atrocious were actually the best people I could have worked with, because I had to stretch my muscles as an artist. And
they made you work for it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I didn't like being called a tracer, so I made sure that I did everything that I could, and I did. I did a rather good job, actually, over my career.
That tracing shit's that's all bullshit. That's just for people who don't know.
Some of it is. Some of it's
people who
true.
don't know what they're talking. Yeah, some of it is, but dude, you know how many times I've seen inkers save the page? Like when you go and look at the director's cut, and it's just pencil. And you're like, holy shit, like these pencils are so loose, but they're like top guys, so they can do loose pencils. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the inker is just like, obviously it's a top inker, just makes it look beautiful. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So who was your, let me ask you this. So I'm not going to say who was your least favorite person. I'm going to ask you this. Who was who is the penciler that made you work the most, stretched you the most to get the page looking right?
I'm
not saying that they're good or bad. I'm not saying they're good or bad.
I really didn't have that much dialogue with a lot of pencils. I had dialogue with one penciler who I really do not like.
Really?
I'm not gonna. You don't gotta say
names. It's okay.
I'm not going to. Not because I'm afraid of any reprisal, because he's a bitch.
He's a bitch.
The bitch.
All right, okay.
But he is one of the sweetest divas that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really?
The guy wears, well, he has to wear platform shoes because he's all of like 5'3", 5'4", and he looks like the last auditioned backup dancer for Janet Jackson during the late 80s. And he still has that look. It's like you look at him and you're like, nasty boys. Don't mean anything.
Nice.
Oh, you nasty boy. And he wears pirate shirts, or he used to.
Oh, God, wow.
Oh, no, man.
That's crazy.
That's to compensate. And anyway, so that particular person, again, who I will not name, he was the worst penciler I ever worked with, because this guy, he had a reputation of getting rid of a lot of his inkers because he was a reasonably fast penciler, but his art style never improved over the years that he was working. And I think he's still working. I'm not sure. But yeah, he's not a good human being. And yeah,
right.
he's not a good person. Not to me anyway. He's probably great to his friends, but not to me. I don't like him. And what happened with him is that we just, after a while, we just didn't get along, and I told him to go F off, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was like, I don't give a fuck who this guy is, but yeah, man. I mean, I've only had one really bad instance, really, only had one really bad instance. Other than that,
I mean, I'm still working. I'm still working on the whole inking thing. I'm getting better and better because I'm getting so much practice now. I mean, for me, it's digital, so it's totally different. I couldn't do what you did back in the day and what you can still do with brush or crow quill. Fuck, I couldn't do it. I used microns and I could get it to look like crow quill, but it would take so many. It would take so many extra strokes, and my thing is time. Like, I need to get stuff done, so instead of doing one stroke with a masterful crow quill pen and getting thin to thick or whatever, it would take a couple strokes with a micron, and you wouldn't know if you looked at it. But time wise, I'm doing hundreds and hundreds of extra strokes that add up in the seconds. You know what I mean? So I didn't like doing that. But so for inking, I found just myself at like practicing over other artists. Jim Lee is, I can't ink Jim Lee. Like it can look cool, but I will tell you, Jim Lee's pencils are tight in certain areas and loose in others. And when you see Jim Lee, like, because he has Scott Williams do everything, what Jim Lee wants his stuff to look like, but his pencil lines aren't there. Scott just knows what he wants because they've been together for so long. Yeah. So it was really frustrating actually to even try to ink Jim Lee. It was weird. And my favorite one that I practiced on was Ed Bennis. Ed Bennis has a style I really like, and that was like effortless to me. It was really cool.
Well, you see, the one way to test yourself as an inker is to ink over someone who's not a very good penciler. The reason why I say that is because it tests you see, as an inker, you're supposed to be an artist as well. Yeah. And if you ink over someone who's terrible and they turn out to be, and then the end result or the end product is something that you put together that's, fantastic, then, that just shows your talent like crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that you're not talented as an artist. I think you're better than I am, to be blunt and honest with you. But
Rich.
No, yeah, kind
Richard.
of. Well, lines.
There it is. My brother, bro.
Shoot, baby. Oh God, that's so yummy.
So you worked on almost every book for Marvel, and you did all. Were you always the inker? Did you do any pencils for Marvel at all?
I was always the inker. I always got hired to do the inking. Yeah, I wanted to be the pencil.
Dude, I would love to be an inker. Like I really love inking.
It's okay.
Probably more than penciling. I actually really enjoy inking. You probably couldn't make a living off of it now, but
no, you can't.
Yeah,
it's hard to do.
Yeah. Really hard to do. So what made you walk across the street to DC Comics after a while?
Well, I was married once. I got divorced twice, so yeah, great track record there.
You seem so easy to live with. That's surprising.
No, I am so not easy to live with. I'm a horrible human being.
You're not a horrible human being. I tell you, you can throw an axe like a pro.
Oh, dude! I went axe throwing again. I picked up a couple of axes.
Bullseye, man.
Dude! I picked up. I shit you not. I picked up a couple of axes, and then I'm gonna join a friggin' axe throwing league. I'm gonna be a lethal killer of death.
There you go.
Yeah, man. I want to harm people irreparably.
Oh my God. The views of the richness do not reflect that of Romo Art.
No, they don't. Romo Art is so much more cleaner and
there it is.
more
There's a
humane
statement
than me. Yeah, exactly.
You know what,
Exactly.
Rich? I swear to you, I only have that pop up when you're on the show.
I don't blame you.
It's just you, man.
I know.
So you got divorced, and that made you mad at Marvel?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm just trying to put the pieces together, Rich.
No.
All
right. You gotta let me finish the story.
So she was all right.
You,
so she was a
horrible,
girl,
handsome man, you with that big S on your chest, you sexy bastard with that beard. Hate you, fucking.
This is my.
bastard.
You gotta have something to stand out. I figured, you know what? I'll do the Clark Kent thing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the Batman.
Yeah, he's in back. Yeah, Uncle Mike's in back.
He's in Batman.
So what made you go to DC?
Well, that same penciler that I hated so much, he asked me to ink his book.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. And then I wound up doing it. And
wow.
We once again had a crap relationship, but the money was good. And then I was supposed to do something else with him, but he heard me call him a dick. he had one of the editors that was good friends with him fired me off of an already solicited book I was going to do for DC Comics. And what happened at that point was that that editor almost got fired, and the penciler almost got fired as a result of his shenanigans and his bullshit. So they put me on another limited series called The Ray, where I was an inker over Jamal Igle, who is a friend of mine from when I was living in New York.
Nice.
And when I finished that was the last thing that I inked ever in comics at all, and that was in 2012. And then in 2013, I started taking a pencil for an anthropomorphic book called Mice and Man, and I actually did pretty decent with that. And I just kept on working, and I kept getting better. I'm still trying to improve. And now here I am. I'm an art teacher. And
so what? Okay, so you went from Marvel, you went across the street to DC, and what got you across the ocean?
I was married again.
So you were married twice in America, right?
I was married once in America, once in the UK.
Once in the so did you meet your future ex while you were still in America?
Yes.
Like an online thing or what?
Give me a second. This is too funny. I got to let me see something. I gotta let me turn the camera around because I'm having too much fun.
There he is. Who could leave that face, guys?
I don't blame you. I'm a sexy bastard. I know that. Anyway,
look at all that hair. Long, beautiful hair.
No, please. I'm losing it in the back of my head.
It's going to your chest.
It's going to. I know it's going to my chest or my ears. It's going to my chest, my ears, and my nose.
Oh my God, we're hitting that age, man. We're hitting that age.
I'm already there, my friend. Please.
Yeah. You only got a couple of years on me, I think.
How old are you?
47.
All right, I'm 55.
You got more. You got a couple. You've
got
a few.
Yeah,
couple
but I look
years.
sexy as fuck. Look at this.
Yo,
face,
you do.
Man.
You do.
Look at this face. I mean, I don't look a day over fucking 35, man. I'm a sexy bastard.
You are.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have uggos on my show. Absolutely not.
Oh, absolutely. No, I don't. Yeah,
only the sexy of the sexiest.
If you had any ugly people on your show, I would never be here because I don't like ugly people. There are too many ugly people in this world. I'm sorry. There's just so many people who are just not attractive enough to be in my airspace, man. Why do you think I'm here in a room by myself?
And you went to the UK to find some good-looking people?
No.
I just realized these guys, they could be brothers.
Me and Rich?
No, we can't. No, don't you dare.
The Rich and Ron show?
Do not say nasty things about Ron. That's horrible. do not say to Ron that I could be his brother. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Holy shit. Anyway, back to our beauty.
Yeah. Back to all the ugly people in the world.
Well,
that's not how I feel, folks. That's not how I feel.
It turns out that there's a rather lovely human being in my life right now who's sleeping because it's midnight over here.
That's awesome.
And she's gorgeous up and down.
Yeah.
All around.
Yep.
Heart, mind, body, soul, whole thing.
Yep.
She's great.
So we both got lucky.
And she's the exact opposite of the cow that I was with before. The cat killing cow that I was with before.
The cat. She's a cat. Is that why you took up axe throwing?
No. I wish I did at that point. I would have. No, it's a good thing that I didn't have axe throwing at that point. I would have fucking killed her because I had cancer in 2020 during the pandemic, and we got a kitten. I know. I'm okay. I'm fine. And we got a kitten, and I called him Loki. And this cat regularly slept on my chest. And for some strange, uncanny reason, she decided to get a new cat door and didn't install it correctly. And I asked her, "Are you going to finish installing it?" She goes, "Yes." And I go, "Well, Loki almost got out." And she goes, "I'll take care of it." Not like I'll take care of it like I'll do it now. I'll take care of it because I don't want no man having to do anything that I can do because I'm a woman and you're a useless man. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, okay. So anyway, what happened was that about a few days after she said all that and proclaimed that she was going to fix all that shit, he got out. And then we found him 2 days later. Well, we didn't find him. A young girl found him. He was in a patch of wet mud and some brush and everything, and he was injured. And as soon as he was given to me, he was going meow meow meow. I was like, "Where the fuck have you been?" You know, that's how he was saying it. And as we were taking him to the cat hospital, he fell asleep in my arms, and we put him into the cat hospital, veterinary vet office, and it took him a week to die.
Oh fuck, man!
Yeah, and this was a week and a half or 2 weeks after I had surgery, where if you go over here, I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't. There's a scar going down from here, back of my ear, all the way to my clavicle, which essentially the doctor opened my neck. Yeah. And then had to cut my neck muscle in half. Like, I was, there could be only one. Yeah. If you know the reference I'm talking about, I was halfway there. The quickening was not going to help me. Yeah. And he had to cut my neck in half in order to reach all the lymph nodes that I had cancer with. Okay. It took him forever to find. That was a 6.5 hour surgery, and I was stitched up. So here I am. My cat's dead. I'm going through radiotherapy in which my face is being burned. And when he dies, when I find out that he dies or he has to be put down, I've never done this before in my life. I collapsed on the floor. I just could not stop crying. I could not.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh, I hated her. I fucking hated her. Fuck? I was like, you piece of shit. If there was no pandemic, I would have been on the flight the next fucking day. I hated this woman. Hated her because a couple of days after that, she wanted to get another cat.
My God.
It was like, you malicious fucking dog. How dare you?
Yeah.
I mean, a couple of months later, we did get another cat. His name was Ozymandias, and I think he suffered from CTE quite a bit.
What's
Thank
CTE?
you, Brittany. The thing that football players get when they conk their heads too much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I forgot the term. It's something encephalitis. It's like that bleeding of the brain or something like that. Well, that's Ozymandias, because this stupid bastard, he would run back and forth and he would forget to duck his head when he gets to the bed. you would hear
Wait,
the most.
I don't mean to, was it funny because I can't help it. I'm laughing.
It sounded like this. He would go chirp chirp. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh my god.
And then he would go. He'd walk around for a minute like Jim. If you ever seen his show Taxi, the TV show Taxi.
Yeah. I'm old enough.
Jim Ignatowski.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh god, he was the most retarded fucking cat. I miss him because he's obviously with my ex-wife, but yeah, he was great. He was funny as hell. He could never replace Loki, but yeah, that cat was fucking that other cat was great. But I miss my Loki. I've never gotten over that shit. Never gotten over it. If I ever hear of a cat dying or a cat getting hurt, I get really angry. Like viciously angry. Like I want to hurt someone if something like that happens. Well, yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's how me and Brittany feel when there's kids involved. Any kid gets hurt, traumatized, anything like that. Like we don't go like we get, like you said, we get viciously angry.
Yeah.
And it's not good for us to even hear that stuff. Like I just want to go crazy.
You see, same here, because it's especially if a girl's crying, a little girl's crying. I want to find out who hurt that little girl, because if I do, I don't want to fucking go nuts.
You can't even.
I would throw him out a goddamn window. I would throw if we were in a building and there was a guy who hurt a little girl in a fucking building, he'd go right out that plate glass window.
I know.
And I'd make sure he would land on a hydrant with his dick.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. No, I know. It's oh god. Yeah. And I was never. I mean, I was always sensitive in general. You know, being an artiste. But once I had, once I had two stepdaughters, and then once I had my own son, I'm at this point, like my friend in Florida, she's female, she makes fun of me. And I'm like, dude, I can't any movie where a kid is kidnapped and you're watching the parent go through it, any movie where anything with a kid being too scared, and let's say they're really good actors and they're good at crying for real. I'm like, I fucking can't.
You probably couldn't sit through. Did you happen to see Man on Fire?
Oh god.
Oh yeah, before I had a family, yes.
Oh my god! I mean, Dakota Fanning, as she's crying, crazy.
Oh
and
yeah.
Denzel Washington is like, what?
I had a boss. He sent me one day to watch a movie called Pay It Forward. I had an 11-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of this movie, a little 11-year-old kid gets stabbed to death.
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
I went back to work the next day, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna rip your fucking head off.
Oh my god! Who's that 11-year-old
child? My son to watch that movie. Well, the message is no, dude. The message is I don't want to see shit like that.
No,
your old son,
because that's just trauma. A lot of it's just trauma, and you're watching it, and you're like, you can't unwatch it now. It's in you.
No, and I was like, dude, okay, and it was a great movie all the way up to that point, all the way up to the ending where the kids, actually get stabbed and shit. And I was like,
what is?
I mean, it just everything I saw before that was gone. Didn't matter. None of it. Exactly. Like all I wanted to do was go punch.
That's horrible. You know what movie affected me? You ever seen Marley and Me?
I know what you're. I never saw it, but I you know what, Rich? I swear, like a psychic moment. I knew you were going to say that.
Into those sad movies.
Do not see that movie. Do not see that movie.
I've never seen it, and I knew you were going to say that.
Come across it. It was on HBO a while ago or something, and I happened to come across it at the last part when Marley's eyes closed. I was like, oh,
is that an Owen Wilson movie?
Yeah, Owen Wilson, where he's like, you're a great dog. You're a great dog. I thought it was Heath Ledger talking to him for a minute there, like the Joker was talking to him. It's like, you're a great dog. And then he fucking kills him. And then his eyes just close ever so gently. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking screaming. I'm like,
oh, see, even
look at her mom kill. Yeah, that hurts, man. That hurts.
Even that one, even just small, even in an action movie, like it's just And Brittany's more sensitive than I am to it, but I'm pretty fucking sensitive now. Now that I got my own kid, and I mean, I get it. Fuck, how the hell did we start talking about this traumatic shit? Oh my god.
Well, I don't know, man.
Job,
Rich.
Rich.
Kittens and shit. I know, right? Tell me about it. What the fuck's wrong with it? Anyway,
Oh,
back,
man.
after that, after I did some indie work, I got married to this disgusting, sodded, fat fucking cow of a wife. I got up and left, and less than a month later, I got a job at the school I teach, and I had a very interesting first year of teaching. And over the last 3 weeks. Oh, well, it was anything that went right and wrong at the same time happened all in one shot. And it was the most wonderful, rewarding shit I've ever done in my life. I love it.
Really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
I've done enough. I've had my time in the sun. So anything that I've learned, I'm going to give over to I'm going to give to all the students, and I'm going to make sure that these guys succeed in ways that are going to be far exceeding anything that I've ever done.
That's awesome.
I want them to do better than I've ever done in my entire life professionally. That's it. I don't care about anything.
That's it.
Yeah, man. I'm good. I'm good with it, because I've
awesome.
already done it. I've already been there, done that, and now I do this for fun. I'm working on a book for Atrocity Press with Max Devill's line. And
I know Atrocity.
Yeah, and I think, unless something drastic happens, I don't know how much more I'm going to do. I'll figure it out. But I really am just, I'm like, I'm like, I've been there, done that. I don't have to prove anything else.
When it comes to the comic stuff?
Yeah. I don't care. And when I during my cancer treatment, I drew wrote and colored my first graphic novel series, my first graphic novel. And
nice.
It turns out it was really good from what I understand. And I'm going to have chapter 3 done, I think. I have Laurie Calcaterra, who's going to start writing the 3rd chapter, because I wrote chapters 1 and 2, but I just can't. I can write it. I just don't have the time anymore because.
Is that your Laurie?
Yeah.
That's Brittany's. That's Brittany's friend. All right. Nice.
Yeah, Laurie.
We're gonna have. I don't know if you know, but show up if you can. After Chuck Dixon on Monday, we're gonna have Laurie's launch party on the channel.
When? Next week?
Monday.
This Monday coming up?
8 o'clock our time.
Hold on. Okay, you're back. Are you back? Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Okay, yeah, you kind of glitched out. So yeah, I got you.
Sorry. Which Monday?
Okay. This coming Monday, the 18th.
But what time zone are you in?
Well, I'm in. Well, right now for me, it's 7:45. So we're Eastern Standard Time in America.
Are you Eastern Standard Time? Okay, it's 1:45 here. So when's the launch party?
Yeah,
again?
Shit. So it's gonna start at 8:30.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna start at 8.
It's gonna be low. If it's next week. If it's next
Monday,
week, I can do it. If it's next week, I could probably do it because class doesn't start for me until the 25th of September.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, definitely. So, what's up, Pops?
Monday night, 7 o'clock. Romo will have Chuck Dixon.
Yep.
And then they're just gonna roll right into Laurie's launch party. Talk about it for a half hour or so, like from 8 to 8:30, and then dive into the launch. Boom. So it'd be 1:30 in the morning for you, Rich, when we actually push the button.
Yes, I know.
You're always welcome, bro. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I will. I will do my best to get there. Oh boy. Oh man. Slap. I want to show you something here. Check this out. I just finished the drawing.
Nice.
I am bored.
I love it.
I'm going to send that to my friend Pete, and he's going to go, "You motherfucker."
What does Pete teach?
Pete teaches graphic design and digital art. And like I said, he loves Doctor Who, and he is the most British man I have ever met in my life. So it's like he's gonna go, "You bastard."
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go, "You bastard."
Bastard. You bastard. Yeah. The culture clash. Nice.
Oh yeah, it's fun as hell. It's fun as hell. I get, I'm the mafia guy because I'm Italian by lineage.
Are you full? Are you full Italian?
I have full Italian lineage, yes, but I was born in the United States, so I'm not really Italian per se, but
yeah.
I'm a Genzo at heart, and I love being people's reactions to art and presence are lifeblood. That's true. That is true.
It's very poetic.
And
babe.
I'm gonna have so much fun by sending this to him, and I'm gonna go, "Hey man, check this out, bro." He's gonna go, "What is this?" "Oh, you bastard, you motherfucker,
bastard, yeah,
you fucking bastard," and it's just gonna be like, "Okay, there you go, 7 of 9. You're all I am Borg." Oh wait, I gotta write this down.
Are there any students that you have that want to be like in comics, specifically in comics?
To be blunt and honest with you, I'm trying to get them away from that.
Well, here's what it is. Smart. That would honestly, I mean, to be blunt,
here's what it is. Comics are essentially a gateway drug for every other type of art discipline you could possibly think of. I mean, it's just because you obviously can you can do storyboarding from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you do storyboarding, you do a whole bunch of other things. You have to have about 5 or 6 different disciplines just to do a decent job. Perspective, color scheme, composition templates. Narrative flow. You have to know camera angles, camera shots, story pace, storytelling, script writing, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
it's like it's such a headache. It really is. If I can not do it, I'm good. The only thing I want to do is just draw the pretty pictures. That's all I want to do is just draw the pretty fucking pictures. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, I used to want to work for the big two. Like, who didn't want to work for the big two? At this point, I would never even want to do a monthly book. Like, having a family and being 47, no fucking way. I don't even want it.
Doesn't mean anything. Your age doesn't mean shit. I was 47 when I finished my bachelor's degree. It doesn't mean a fucking thing.
Oh no, I'm not saying
talented, man.
I literally don't want but I'm talking about a monthly. Okay, so like I call comic book art. My nickname for it is burnout art, because it's just so you got to do so much, and you've got to do so much in such a short period of time that if you take the number of artists that have worked in comic books, let's say for 30 years, and then try to name at least, let's say 10, just 10. I don't know how many people could actually do that, because you don't last long. Most people don't last long, whether it's because the money's not great unless you're more towards the top, or because you literally are drawing 10 to 12 hours a day at times with restless nights because someone else was late, and it burns people out. I used to work in call centers, and like the average span of working in call centers was like 2.5 years, unless you moved up off the fucking phones,
Oh God.
But you could only talk constantly for 8 hours for so long, man. And no one's calling because they want to say hi. Everyone's calling because they have a fucking problem. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like a lot of comic book art, I think. Like it takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you, I think. That's why I call it burnout art. It's not a bad thing. It's just it's such a fast process. And I don't even want to do that anymore. You know what I mean?
It's what is it? It can lead to burnout. It can. it's you have to really, really, really love it. If you don't, then there's no bother doing it. I think what happens is that you have to expand your art repertoire outside of what you start with. I mean, if you want to be if you want to be a more complete creator, if you will, you start out in comics, but then you can go to storyboarding, or you can go to film, or you can go to visual effects or some shit like that.
See,
Or
for
you
me,
can,
doing like an indie book, because I love drawing comics. Like, I don't even want to
yeah.
do anything else. I only, dude, since I read my first fucking Frank Miller Wolverine graphic novel, that's the one that started me. I only want to draw comic books. Anything else feels like work. But I just wouldn't want to be tied to like a monthly type deal anymore. You know what I mean? Like doing an indie book is way more conducive to a normal life. Maybe not money wise, but it just time wise is way more conducive to a normal life with family, and you know what I mean. It's tough, man. Having that deadline always on you, that's tough.
Deadlines are, it's for me. I will say this: it was not easy at all. But I can say that I never missed a deadline in my entire professional career. However, there are times when it's gotten real close because it's like there are times when you just get overwhelmed. You're like, oh fuck it, and you just throw it away, and then you're like, and then it's at the last minute. It's like, okay, now I have the will to do it. Let me do it, and
something clicks in.
You wind up doing it. But yeah, man, it's just sometimes it's a real pain. You know, I mean, it's great to do, but for me, for most anybody, I would think that you have to branch out after a little while. I mean, you're just starting up again, and you're already, in my humble opinion, you're already better than half of the sequential artists over there at Marvel already. Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm yawning. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's 1 in the morning. It's okay.
Yeah, and it's like when you work for the big two, I mean, there's the thrill of it, and the money is okay, but after a while, it loses its luster, because you're doing the same crap over and over again.
Yeah,
and it's like, I mean, even as an inker, I had to follow a style guide because sometimes the penciler did not. So I'm like, wow, you're a jackass, dude.
Yeah.
I got to this now. I got to save your ass. And that guy would get hired for the book for the next day. Exactly.
The next book. Yep.
He'd get hired for the next book. Whereas I would be like, I'd like, hello, please, sir, can I have some more? I'm like, bastard. It's like, nope, don't like that. I don't like it either. I don't. I really do not. I find it annoying at times. I do, because there are some people who clearly do not deserve to do this for anything at all. Because especially now, especially with a lot of the stuff that some people have, it's just it's like some of the work, it doesn't take any discipline to obtain.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but it's just, I think in a lot of ways, like the comic that you're working on, that's original. Okay.
Yeah.
A good portion of them seem to be Image comic wannabe copycat things. And I'm like, midlife crisis. So I'm just like, don't. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I like Image comic like looking stuff, but that was my height of comics. Like, I was at the Image age back. I was right.
I was at the
perfect age for Image comics. I still love that art.
Yeah, I think. I mean, for me, it's
your microphone is really staticky. Your microphone.
I'm sorry, dude. I think what it is sometimes it's
still there. That's all right.
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. Yep.
Okay, all right, good. I think for every generation there's that type of style. I mean I liked Sean Byrne, George Perez, Dave Cockrum, all those guys. But then again, I am close to like 10 years older than you, so it's just like I had those previous masters to look up to. You know, if I grew up in the 90s, I would probably like all those guys from Image too. I mean, I mean, I don't even know who was even all that good in the 2000s, but it's Mike is popular. Crumb is giving you the boot. Sorry, man. Sorry about that. Okay.
That's all right. We've only got a couple minutes left. You're good.
Can you still hear me at all?
I can still hear you. It's just popping. That's all.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I really am. I hate this damn thing.
It's all right. We got through we got through almost the whole thing.
I know. I was gonna say you got through almost the whole show. You did good.
Yeah, we only got like 3 minutes left. It's all right.
Well, the one thing that I find refreshing about you is that you have that really deep fanatic type thing with the art, and you're right. To me, I think you're a pure comic book artist. I really do.
Thank you.
I think you are. I think you're definitely. Well, I'm not saying it. I'm only saying it because it's true. You know, I mean,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Pops can tell you I'm ridiculously critical of some people who deserve it because I think.
I knew that the first time that I was on a show with you. I get it.
Yeah, but there are people who I'm like,
you put it all out there. I get it.
Oh, there are people I do not like, and I'm only not naming names because I am on your show. If it was my show, I would be like, this guy, this person, you all suck. I have no squanches about it, but I mean, looking at your art and looking how dedicated and how passionate you are at what you do, and to have a wife who supports you the way that she does, man. I mean, I see. Hopefully, you have nothing but good stuff ahead of you, man. And if there's anything that I can do to help, that, I mean, not art related or anything, because I suck and you're better than I am. I think if there's any, I mean, yeah, man, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I really appreciate that, man. I really do. I mean, it means a lot to me.
I appreciate you having me on this show, my friend. I mean it. You're a good guy.
It's been great. It's been a lot of fun.
And you better show up on the goddamn draw team on Sunday, you son of a bitch. I've only asked you a couple of times, and you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it."
No.
What is it with you?
I told you. No, now we were just talking about Brittany, and this past Sunday I was being a good husband.
Girls were outside,
and I was helping out around the house, being a good husband this past Sunday.
Have no testicles. Where are your testicles? Where are they?
Testicles?
Brittany and the girls are out for a little bit. They seem so exhausted. Time to clean the house and do all the dishes.
And how many times have you been married?
Twice.
Twice? Yeah. Okay.
Bullshit. I fucking did all the stuff.
My one and only.
I want to hear it.
I'm done. My one and only. Brittany's my one. I'm not fucking it up. My balls are wherever they need to be to keep my marriage going. That's all I live for, buddy.
You are truly a better man than I am, honestly. Oh God.
We're a good team, Rich. I always have fun with you. We're a good team.
You're a good guy. I fucking
thanks, buddy.
I like you a lot. You're a cool human being.
Thanks, buddy.
Man, you better fucking show up on Sunday because the show.
I will. I swear to God, I will.
Don't swear to God. You better fucking show up.
Okay,
right?
I will. So, listen, if I said I will, I'm going to.
Pick my nose.
I'm going to.
Here. I'm going to pick my nose, and I'll pick your nose.
What are we doing?
Now,
where are you from?
No. You know where we are? You know what we are? We're Booger Brothers.
Oh, my God. That's Brittany's trigger word. Like, it makes her go, ooh.
For the record, hold up. For the record, Rich and I are not booger.
Okay. Wow. the topics we have covered on this show tonight. Fantastic. See, that's why nothing works. You wipe your snot on everything. There you go.
All right, it's on now.
All right, guys. It has been one awesome hour. Thank you, Rich, so much, buddy. I really appreciate it. I'll be there Sunday on the draw stream. Everybody, Rich has got a draw stream. For me, it's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Show up.
One second. Pops. Am I doing the waxing on Doc's show or am I doing it on the draw stream?
I kind of thought it was supposed to be for Doc's show. It was for his.
All right, then it'll be for Doc's show. Then I'll get the wax and I'll do the thing on Doc's show. So Wednesday.
Are you announcing that right now?
Yeah. I'm gonna do like my wax on back.
This week?
Yeah.
Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Doc's Coffee Shop. Rich will honor his pledge to wax his freaking back, yo.
Watch this.
This is going to be prime entertainment. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Yeah, look at that. Fur baby. Look, he's a fur.
There's not one show where I have not seen Rich with his shirt off. It's crazy.
I am a bear. I'm going to die.
Yes,
that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great.
No, it's not entertainment.
Oh, not for you. No, it's not about you.
Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking die. I swear to God, I don't know what I'm doing. Hi, Brittany. Is she mad at me?
No.
That was the are you kidding phase?
Yeah.
Oh man. But just I'm gonna be a reverse backman.
Okay, and a little bit of you.
God. All right. I'm going because I'm gonna go sleep. I will see you again. Thank you so much for having me. Ron.
See you guys.
I will see you guys later. Bye, Miss Brittany. See you later, guys. I gotta go sleep.
Most excellent. Great show, guys. As always, get back in here. Get back in here. Yeah. I like the Gwenpool thing you got going on there.
It's cold in here.
Great show as always. Thanks, Rich, for staying up late, hanging out. As always, you guys, I love what you guys are doing. Just keep doing it.
You got it, Pops.
And if there's anything else we wish to cover, let's handle it. What is your plans for Sector 7?
For Sector 7? Oh, that's up to Matt. Matt wants. I don't really know. Matt, we're going to relaunch it now. Whether that's now, a month from now, or what I would like next year. Sometimes I would like to take some time off of it and let it just sit while we build up an audience. But it's not my call. It's going to be Matt's call. He might want to run it in like 2 months from now. I don't know. We're also working on Ravenhood, which I've got the promo pic almost completely finished. It'll be finished probably tomorrow or Sunday, and that'll be up on Twitter and my Facebook. Romo. What's my Facebook now? I changed it. It's just Romo Art, I think. Yeah. It used to be Romo. It used to be Romo Custom Art. I think I just took out the custom art. Now my Facebook's just Romo. I'm just trying to do Romo Art for everything.
Branding. That's what you do. And the problem is that everybody like calls you Ron Romo.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure most people don't even know my real name. Probably they're just like, oh, Romo. Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
I don't care.
I do it too. I'll go.
You can call me Susan Romo, as long as I don't care.
I'll say Ron Romo, and then I'll go, oh, I mean Ron from Romo Art.
Ron from, yeah. It's all right. So Sector 7,
your name every time I talk about you, man.
so Sector 7, I don't know. That's gonna be up to Matt. But the fact is, it will be re-released. It's just the timing we don't know yet. I would like to let it breathe a bit. In the meantime, I'm still doing Nano 13 for Chris Faction. Right. I will be starting to work on that again this week because he finally got his bank account situated because he got everything it disappeared. He got his debit card back in, and he's ready to start going on that again this coming week. So that'll be good, but that'll be done. So anyone out there who's still listening, that'll be done probably around, since it's been a couple of weeks with no pages, probably around November now, mid-November. So after I finish with Chris, he wants to take maybe a small break before issue number 2. So I will be available for work in like around November. Anyone who's got a book, anyone who wants it to look really good, if I don't mind saying so myself, please contact me. I'll be looking for work in November, and I'll be ready to do my thing for you. So
cool.
Right here, guys. And I'm fun to work with. It'll be a good time. We'll have fun.
And Brittany, did you want to quickly run through the Roku thing?
Go ahead, honey. I'll turn my volume down.
Did you?
I can try. Hang on. Your volume is all the way down?
All the way down.
Okay. So the Madness Network? No?
We're still getting
you are on YouTube or something?
His mic is still picking you up.
There. How about that?
Hold on. I'm going to get off the stream.
Yeah.
Just in case. Go ahead.
Try that.
Just went to backstage. You didn't have to
Okay.
leave.
You know we're still live.
I know. I'm coming.
Yes.
Okay.
So you want to run through the campaign real quick? I mean, the next show ain't until 9:00. We're not.
All right. It's might as well practice. The Madness Comic Network is moving over to Roku, but first we need to fund the move over to Roku. So there's a bunch of different tiers that you can pay for to get your content up on the Roku channel and to help us get our content up on the Roku channel. Let's get this up there. Yeah. So go over to Kickstarter, and
I appreciate the way you led with that, because this isn't about selling comics. This is a different kind of campaign, everybody. This isn't about selling comics, although there's many PDFs available to help us build the network. Okay, this is about getting the funding to build the Roku network, and the rewards for the fans. It gives the fans a chance to help us as well. That's what the PDF tiers, the Crom plushie, all that stuff is just for you guys helping us out to get this thing up and get it built. Then we have tiers for showrunners, sponsors, etc., wherein you can join our Roku channel, okay, help us build it, and then join it and be ground floor in it going forward, okay? If you just want to join us and go forward from the very beginning of the channel on the first of the year with no previous content uploaded, you just want to start with us and go forward, $25 and your show can be on our network. It costs you $25. $25 is going toward helping us build the network, and you get to be part of what we're doing all year. Okay, and you get to upload all the content you want all year long. Okay, and the other tiers basically are just uploading previous content. If you already want to start out with 40, 50, 80, 500 videos up there for people to watch, then Max actually has to do some work, and I'm not letting him do work for free. So I made sure that he budgeted in his fee for developing our network, and that's part of the build of the network. Okay, that's part of the money we make from your show coming to our network goes toward Max doing the work to build it. He's not doing this for free, but he's doing it for a deal that none of us will ever get. None of us will ever have a Roku channel or anything for $25. You'll never be on Roku for $25. I'll never be on Roku without Max and everybody who's helping us do this campaign, okay? Timothy Fling from Earth Dog Studios volunteered to come forward and be the campaign manager because he already has a Kickstarter following. I have zero over there, okay? Max also has a Kickstarter following, Atrocity Press, the developer of the network. He has a following over there. Laurie Calcaterra has the person who helped build the campaign page itself. She has a following on Kickstarter. It was a no-brainer, for me to do this on Kickstarter because the people involved all have followings there. Okay. That's the reason it's on Kickstarter. It's not my preferred crowdfunding platform. Everybody knows that I endorse and recommend Fund My Comic. That's just the way it is. But this was the smartest play for me. Now you can see with 46 days to go, we have almost 20% of the goal. We have 4 new shows that have come in, 7 new sponsors that have come in, and some people have taken advantage of some of the reward tiers, like the sketch cards by people like Ron. If you like Ron, you can get a sketch card for $25 from Ron. Okay,
it's a cool card.
There's 4 of those available. They're limited to 4, so don't wait until there's none left. Get it today. The sooner this thing is funded, the sooner Max can go to work uploading people's content, which guarantees that we have this thing up by the first of the year. Okay, if it's a last minute fund, then we've only got 2 months to get it all done. Do you see what I'm saying? We want to launch on the first of the year. So the sooner it's funded, the sooner Max can go to work. The sooner Max can go to work, the more stuff we can add to this, the more perks, the more, ideas. The ideas have flown. Obviously, you've seen new things keep popping up on this campaign because we keep coming up with new ideas. If you're one of those people that does like anime or film or whatever, and you want to help us out, you throw $100 at us, your film will be up on our channel all year. And you'll get 50% of that ad revenue.
Nice.
Not only that, but you guys get to place your own in-show sponsors on your shows. That's money that you get. It doesn't have nothing to do with me. You can place your own in-show ads from your own sponsors on your shows. Don't got nothing to do with me. Okay? The possibilities to this, there's no ceiling. I talked to a few people, and every time I talk to somebody about it, like in an intense conversation, we come up with something new. Okay, so it just there's no ceiling for this. It's glass. We bust through it every time it pops up. Yes.
That was the other thing that I wanted to say. The other point I wanted to make about the monetization aspect and the paid promotions and the sponsorships on the Roku channel. This isn't just about making videos for YouTubers who can then go viral and they have that big following. It's more about finding good people that are good at what they do and also want to help other people who are also good at what they do. And it trickles down, it spreads around so that we can actually survive and keep doing what we like to do and what viewers like to see. And we also can keep putting clips on YouTube at the same time, but on the Roku channel, everything is going to be there on one channel, like TV.
Like
Netflix. Netflix, except people like us, not just big Hollywood, are able to support ourselves and our friends.
And the other thing that people have to understand is we looked at Roku. There's like 2 comic networks on Roku, and they each have one show a week. We're going to drop there with a smorgasbord of different stuff to watch from day one, with a lot of past content from day one. Art Fisher from the American Horror Channel. Max also built his network and the American Horror Classic Network. Max built both of those. We already have, we will already have a foot in the door when we get there because we'll be playing ads on the American Horror Channel. They got 8 million views over the last 3 years. That's no big deal.
No, it's
no big deal. We're going to get
crazy.
That's what I mean. We'll already have a presence there before we get there. And we'll entice them to look at our channel by showing them things like the Horror Movie Club. Look what we got over here. We got stuff you like over here.
There's everything on the Madness Comic Network is just balls cool. There's the horror classics. There's gaming. There's movie reviews. There's writing, arts, music. There's so much talent in the network already, and it's just getting bigger. So I think it's
it's
I
kind
think
of
it's
the
great.
other thing. I want people to remember next month the comic related madness Facebook group will be 4 years old next month.
Wow.
It was a very short time after that. I think, like April. Okay, so 6 months later, April, when we did the very first CromCon. Okay, so we had 400 people in the group when we did the first CromCon. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I didn't have Twitch. I wasn't on Twitter. I had a Facebook group. 3.5 years later, we're trying to build a Roku network. This thing has grown and grown. There's almost 2,600 people in the Facebook group now, and it's all comic people. Somebody joins the group, I go look at their profile. Do these people even care about what we do? Oh, they do. Cool, they're in. If not, I put like a post approval on them to make sure they're not just going to come drop some stupid ads in the group or something, right? We take care of our people, and we've grown this with real comic people. Okay, Twitter's a little different. People follow you. I mean, I have to go every day and remove the porn bots or whatever you call them over there. Right? Every day I remove them because they're not comic people. They don't care about what we're doing. I don't care about what they're doing. So, right? But again, it's like these followings all grew organically. My YouTube channel, last month I was worried because I was stuck and hadn't got new subscribers in a long time. All of a sudden, bam, 60 new subscribers. This thing ebbs and flows. And you tap into other fan bases and you find untapped fan bases. And that's what I'm doing now. I want to take what we do to an untapped audience.
I want that too.
And it's not like I'm trying to charge you to be part of it. I'm asking you to help me build it and be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Look, it's a no-brainer all the way around. Like if I was a comic creator and I had a YouTube show and I could go to Roku for $25, $75, whatever, dude, I'd be jumping because I'd be thinking, damn, it's going to take me a long time to get to the monetization thresholds on YouTube.
Well, okay, so if you want to actually really build your audience, you've got to have the setup. And this is just like surface level, baseline, things that go through your head, okay? If you're a creator, you have to build an audience. You know that. So you need the setup. You need some sort of microphone or sound system or a good enough camera lens on your computer or whatever. You need the stuff. Or you can take that money and just take your computer or your little lens here or something and come up onto where the views already are. There's already a good audience. There's already a really good support system, really good top tier, friendship, non-judgmental, like really cool and helpful people in the Madness Comic Network. That's already there. You want to spend all the money to try and go it alone? More power to you. Or just try and support others. Help you help yourself.
I don't want people to think that if they come to our network, they can't be on Twitch or Twitter or wherever else, YouTube, whatever else.
Oh, sure.
That's, look, I don't want you to stop trying to build your YouTube audience. What I'm saying is from day one here, you're monetized. And there's no demonetization. You might have a video taken down if the DMC emails me and say, hey, that's got to go, bro. I'm going to be like, okay. Okay, if the FCC or the law comes to me and says that's got to come down, then it'll come down. But there's no YouTube overlords, no Google overlords. Nobody's going to force you to self-censor yourself, which is part of what this is about as well. Okay, it's not having to censor yourself, being able to say what you want to say. It's your show.
I'm just a really black and white person. That's why I jump balls to the wall ultimatums like that. But we're going to be on YouTube still. I mean, he still intends to upload clips and, just say to watch the full video. You can find us on Roku and still keep up the presence there. But for the censorship thing, you're right.
My personal shows exclusively to Roku. Monday Madness will probably go exclusively to Roku. That's me though. That's my show, and that's my choice. What other people do, if they want to keep playing their shows over on YouTube and keep working toward monetization over there, that's awesome. What I'm offering, like I said, is monetization on day one. You'll get 50% of the ad revenue generated by your show the first time somebody starts watching your show. Okay, that's what I'm offering you. You don't have to wait till you got 500 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours or whatever stupid hoops they make you run through next. 1 million short videos. Come on, okay? I want you guys to be able to actually benefit from the content that you create and not have to have somebody tell you what you can and can't do. This is supposed to be, the First Amendment. It's freedom of the press. Part of what some of us do is actually press. Critical Blast, if you go look at his website, it's a comic press. It's all the stuff going on in the comic world on his website, This is supposed to be about us. I'm building something for us and for fans of what we do. Comics, movies, hobbies, okay? Small independent guys that don't have the media conglomerate that's pushing and marketing for them. Okay, I want to give you guys something where you can tell people, go check this out, man. There's all kinds of different stuff there. And I want enough content so that when people go there, they get stuck, just like you get stuck when you're trying to find something to watch on your streaming service. You're going, I want to watch a horror movie. You go to Tubi. Holy crap, there's 1 million of them. And you're just going, ding, 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 next one, next one, next one, next one, next one. And there's so many to choose from. How do you pick one? You get stuck there.
I'll get it.
I want people to get stuck at the Madness Roku.
They will.
That's the end. I'm
so sorry.
There are sponsorships available of all different kinds. Video ads for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, for the whole year. All kinds of different stuff. Different show level tiers, depending just entirely upon how much previous content you want to upload. Everything you upload for the whole year of 2024 is included in that package. Also, if you're one of them people that doesn't have StreamYard Pro, I'm going to tell you right now, it costs over $600 for a year of StreamYard Pro. If you join our network and you don't have no StreamYard Pro, you can use ours. $25 to join our club, join our thing, and bring your show here. $25 for the whole year, and you don't have to pay for that $600 fucking StreamYard bill. I'm trying to help you guys, man. Help me. Help me build this damn thing. I'm trying to help you guys. Serious business, And there are people that have taken advantage of StreamYard on this network all this year. Okay, because our sponsors paid for our StreamYard this year. And all these, everybody, you guys, you know what I'm talking about. You're using StreamYard Pro right now. It don't cost you nothing.
Yep.
Trying to help you guys, man. Help me. Help me help you. Let's get this Roku thing up and running. Let's get it funded so that we can fucking roll. That's
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. And also freedom of your show. If you don't want to play any ads and you just want the Roku ad revenue from the 2 that they play before your show, that's fine. You don't have to play no ads. You can just, I want my show to run through with no ads. You want to play some at the end and collect a little extra revenue, that's okay too. If you want them every 15 minutes in your show or every 8 minutes like YouTube, that's up to you as a showrunner to decide where the ads are placed in your show. We're trying to give you all the freedom that they don't give you. All the freedom that they don't give you, okay? YouTube don't let you decide what ads and where they're going to be placed in your video. Eventually, we'll have an ad library and you can choose. I want those ads in my videos because they correspond with what we sell.
That's awesome.
Okay, we're trying to make this so user-friendly for creators, for content creators, guys. It's no-brainer. Would you do me a favor now? Go into StreamYard after this and clip that whole thing. Just clip it out, Marty.
This whole thing?
No, that whole little spiel that I just said about that last 5 minutes or so, just where I was monologuing on that, because that was pretty good. There is a purpose to this, guys. It is to get us all somewhere we'll never get for this price. Max is doing us such a solid. There ain't even no way to express my gratitude to him. There ain't no way. Nobody. Look, you want to build a Roku network because you can do it yourself? It's going to cost you $5,000. And that's if Max cuts you a deal. I don't think he would. Not like that. I think he's doing us a serious solid right now to help the comic community in general. And he doesn't care if 50 people sign their shows up and he has to upload 500 for each one of them. He doesn't care how much work this campaign brings him. But if you come to him the day after the campaign and you say, I want in, I guarantee you that his time ain't going to be that cheap. Okay. I'm just saying, if you come ask him to upload a bunch of your videos after this campaign, he's going to be like, dude, that's going to take me blah, 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 this much time. And guess what? The deal was last week. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Get in on the campaign, guys. We'll never get a deal like this again. There's just no way. Peace. Will you stop this show so I'll shut up already?
Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Fan Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Uh-huh. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.